Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. As you can tell, I'm doing a little bit better. Um, to be blunt about it, I just did a 25-minute video where I was talking about updates and my how I'm feeling and my ship and the update that came through recently for Eve. And then I realized I had not hit the record button. So maybe I'm not as over it as I thought I was. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm not going down that road again. Um, last time I will talk about COVID-19 is whenever I finally take a test again that says that I'm negative, which I will be taking my first one tomorrow. So you'll see a happy face on my head. To jump into um, so I did the video and a couple f bombs were dropped because there was no video because I forgot to hit. And then part of the video was I was trying to find another video to give you guys an idea of a mistake I'd made in a while ago about minerals and how I made money and blah 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 blah. And then I read a comment that was just brought up by Michael Weston. Great comment, and I thought I would just pull that up here, if you don't mind me, Mr. Weston. I'm hoping you don't mind, just because your name's on the comment, so they could see it anyway. But he brought up a great point, and this comes from the video that I just did yesterday, where I was talking about trying to get over some hurdles that I've had in the realm of PvP. And I'm going to probably keep going down this road a couple times, but he brought up a great point. He said, I want to remind you, PvP is not just the fight, it's the evasion of the fight also is PvP, which I 100% agree with. That has started my my final breakthrough of getting toward more of a PvP aspect is not fighting in PvP, but challenging myself to go to areas to be able to evade PvP. And this happened 6 months ago, 8, 9 months ago, as an alpha, just flying out to the Great Wildlands, flying out to Syndicate, and really flying out to Stain. Not just working, coming up with a plan, executing that plan, failing at the plan, adjusting the plan, and learning how to read the area, and thinking that I knew what directional scanning was, thinking that I knew what save spots were, and finding out more and more. And then putting videos out and people pointing out things that I could actually do differently. So at some point, whenever this whole head thing goes away, I want to do a video where I challenge myself to go to one of the other ones like Curse or Tribute and show you what I can do. Now, I might die in them, but I can at least show you how I started my push toward PvP and his idea for the first sentence. Now, I made a little bit of fun of him. His second sentence here was unlocking an Eve is the consent to PvP. I know he didn't mean to type that. I'm 100% sure, 99.9% sure that he meant undocking in Eve is consent to PvP. And I actually said that here. And it made me laugh. If I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong with that, but because he might be going with the whole evade thing, but I really don't think so. Um, there is an old phrase in Eve that says that undocking your ship is consent to PvP, and that would go for anywhere. It means low sec, high sec, nullsec, wormhole space. When you undock, you're saying I'm ready for PvP, and there is a part of me, a very large part of me, that agrees with that. And if you're going to become a true Eve player, and you need to believe that in my mind. Now there's a part of me that I'm still getting over that doesn't, because there's a Care Bear side of me that doesn't. But if you go with his first sentence, PvP is not the fight, it's the evasion of the fight is also PvP, then it is 100% true. Because if you set up undock spots, jump spots, so you're not caught undocking, if you use your maps and things like that, then you are PvPing. Even though you're not trying to kill somebody else, you're player versus player. Maybe you are that fox to the hound. Um, so, and that's where I think a lot of people get hung up with the undocking in EVE as consent to PvP. A lot of players who come from other games where they have a safe area, they don't take into effect that even though they're in high sec, they are still available to be ganked or killed by anybody that's out there. Now that person will lose their ship, but it could happen. And I look at it very similar to the real world. And this is I don't want to make this into a negative, but being someone who's been cooped up in their house for the last 4 days because of this stupid virus, all I want to do is leave my house right now. And I like hanging out in my house. I'm looking forward to going and mowing my lawn today because it's a nice sunny day out. I think it might rain though. Shit. But can you tell I'm doing better? Um, but in the real world, when you leave the front door of your house, you are consenting to PvP. You might not believe this, but you are. You are consenting to player versus player. And I'm not talking somebody trying to kill you. I'm talking about somebody trying to walk up to you on the street and sell you something. I'm talking about somebody trying to give you a pamphlet for their religion. I'm talking to you about somebody who thinks you're cute and wants to date you. That is play. And by Michael's statement, that is PvP. Your ability to evade that person or interact with them. So in a way, that's where Eve is even a little bit more fun. Um, now, is there ganking in the real world? Yes, there is. I'm not going to go down that road. But I just wanted to, it's kind of funny because I made this huge video uh, that I forgot to hit record on, and I just looked over to make sure I was recording this. Oh man, I would have been so mad. I would have just gone and mowed the lawn. Um, but I am recording. But I just want to give Michael a big shout out, and it made my brain move for a second, and it's helped me just down that little more of a path. And I'm going to keep pushing toward that. Am I going to become a one-on-one king? No. But am I going to have fun at it? Yeah, I'm going to be that intramural college basketball player who he knows he'll never be an NBA player, but man, does he like coming in second in a 10-team league for the summer courses or something to that effect. I don't know. So yeah, because he's gonna remember that for the rest of his life if I can do well with this. So yeah, thanks so much, Michael. I appreciate that, and I hope that helps everybody else that's out here. I'd like to do more videos on that. So I'll get back to some of the things that I did want to bring up. I have wanted, and I want to bring this up real quick. I have been wanting to. That's not the right one. Is it here? No. Beep, beep, beep. No, no, no. There was another video. No. Sorry. There's a video that I wanted to show you guys that another fellow made. I'm just going to see if I can find it here. Close that one down. I don't need that. There we go. Was really, really helpful. I really wanted to do in the new update just gonna find it here. I wanted to do a video on the new update about the boy, this is running slow. The there it is. Okay, cool. The newest update that came out with the player interface for the new player interface and stop. And because I have not been able to, with my brain not functioning correctly, I've not been able to make one, nor really delve into the new player update. So I did find a very good video on that, because by the time I actually make one, most of you will have done it if you haven't messed around with it. But this is a good one. It's done by Captain Benzie. If you want to check it out, it's really cool. It is. It goes through. It talks about the new updates of the graphics. It talks about the new update to the skills and the new player experience and the career agents, and also a bunch of stuff about the skins at the end. Which I want to get into the skins, but he just starts showing you pictures of skins. I'm like, I can do that. But the rest of it is fantastic, and that's not too bad. I like his enthusiasm. I like pointing out positive videos about Eve in anything, really. Hence my Wheezy Waiter shout-outs all the time. And if you want something that's really fun, if you've ever watched Community or not, just go to Community Crack. It's 30 minutes long. It's ridiculous. But Captain Benzie's video was really, really good. I think he normally does most stuff about Eve Echoes, which I don't have the time to get into. I've never played it. I think I booted it up when it first came out, but I just don't have any time whatsoever to mess around with that. This was a really good video as an overview. He doesn't get super nitty gritty into it. But if you're wondering what the update was about, I thought this was a really good one. There might be some other better ones out there if you want to send them to me. I just haven't had the time to really delve into it with my brain. I've been playing a decent amount, but just doing the basics because of my not functioning correctly. So that is a really good video if you guys want to check that out. Michael just replied to my reply there. I think he'll like this video. Long story short, I did upgrade my Omen a little bit. This is not an Omen video. I originally did the salvage Omen video that was bad. And then I want to do the upgraded Omen before I go to rigs. I want to do that with each new ship that I fly. But I thought, let's go ahead and show you what I did and how I adjusted it just a little bit. And it's actually helped out a decent amount. So, long story short, I had a damage control on the ship. I took that off, and I threw in a second Mark I compact power diagnostic system. Now, I'm not saying this is the end-all, be-all of anything. But it's something I've never used before. And this is where I really like doing the scavenger lifestyle, where I'm only using the parts that I find, because it's teaching me about the ships, but it's also teaching me about parts I've never used before and what I might be able to use in the future. When I had the damage control on here, it made it so that I couldn't put on any medium compact batteries. Well, taking off the damage control obviously lowered my damage a little bit, but I've got the armor protection on here with the armor repair. And I've also got speed tanking, which is better than what the Mauler had. I talked about this in the previous video. The ship flies faster, it's got better agility, so I'm not taking as much damage. So I was going at it with a Mauler viewpoint, but now I'm readjusting it to what the Omen can actually do. And to use just the parts that I have, And I talked about this the last time. The description for the compact power diagnostic system, um, it optimizes the power grid, gives a slight boost to the power core output, a minor increase of shield and capacitor recharge rate. Now, I'm not worried about the shield recharge rate. This isn't a shield tank, but it does give me a capacitor recharge rate bonus. Um, it also, just to show you here, um, the power grid, whenever I turn this on, I've got both of them turned off. I'm at 1200 power grid right now. If I turn it on the first time, it gives me 66 more power grid to go. If I put on another one, it gets me 135. So now that doesn't seem right, does it? 66 and then 1335. Well, there's stacking involved, but that gave me 135 more power grid, which allowed me to then put on both of these cap batteries. This has helped me a ton. Oh, that gun's turned off. There we go. Just get underneath right here. My power grid is now, I've got 2.1 left, but my capacitor is now up here. Where is my capacitor size? Capacitor. Okay, there we go. So the capacitor goes from 2,000 to 2,700 to 3,390. So I've just increased my capacitor by about probably 60, 70, 80%. And at the same time, and here's the other part, my recharge on the capacitor is the same amount of time. So my recharge rate actually goes up because the capacitor got larger, but the recharge time to fill that all up got is the same amount of time. So in other words, my recharge rate is faster, which is allowing me to fire my guns more. Now I can upgrade my damage on my guns. I haven't done it yet. I can even upgrade my guns if I want to. These are your base model tech, tier 1 scavenged guns, so I can do that. So this is really giving me a bonus, and I'm up to 221 DPS. I think my Mauler used to do 220. It may be a little bit better now, but it seems like I'm going to be able to do more damage with this sucker than I was able to do with the Mauler. So it is a little bit more fragile, but if it's flown correctly, and you notice up here, by putting these two batteries in, I'm able to more than double my depletion time. If I had everything running, if I had my afterburner running, if I have my repairer running and my guns running, it would still take me almost 3 minutes for me to run out on this one. So that's a nice little update on there. I'm really liking this. I do want to make up a second Omen that is a defense area ship to maybe start doing a little bit more PvP, so I have a second ship ready to roll whenever I need it. But I'm not going to worry about that until after I get done with the other stuff. So, hey, just want to give a great shout out again to Michael and to the guy who made up the video about the overview, and all the great comments that I've gotten in, and the Hope You Feel Better's videos. I am, and really, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm gonna try to get some sun today for the first while, and I actually got an application from somebody. That's pretty cool. Um, this is not recruitment videos, but if you ever want to join, you're more than welcome to. I'll check in with you. So, hey, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want, and you guys have a good one. Oh, I never have this up whenever I'm wanting to stop it. Okay, now I'm going to stop it. And I did record this. Sweet. Have a good one. Bye-bye.